Okay, this is the Blaze King stove, and so I'm going to show you how to light it. You want to have the bypass open. This bypass is a thermal catalytic piece inside that will actually reburn the smoke. But you can't have this on, the catalytic thing on, until this button up here moves to the active side. Right now it's inactive, so you have to warm it up enough to get to active before you come and turn this handle back and use that thermal catalyst or whatever it's called. You also want to start it with the thermometer all the way open, all the way to the hot side, right? So all the way that way. And we're gonna leave the blower off because there's no warm air to blow across to anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and open it up. This is how I like to set it up to start. I have 2 medium-sized logs. I put, some starter underneath, just a little bit, a couple pieces of paper, or maybe one of this thing of egg crate. That's all you need. The key is having this kindling laid across the top, some real good kindling, some larger and medium-sized kindling, and then I just go ahead and light it. And we can do that with the door open. And once that kindling gets started, so I can even kind of partially close this. There's kind of a double latch here, just don't latch it all the way. You'll see how the kindling's starting to get going. And once, so that's, even having a crack in the door allows a lot of air to flow through, and especially with that thermometer open. So once this kindling's good and going, I'm going to go ahead and grab just one more log. It's a nice thick log. Maybe I'll put both these on. And we'll get the logs going. So I think that kindling's going pretty good. It's starting to go. I'm going to go ahead and put a log on top there, and as far back as I can. All right, now that the log is good and burning, and it took about 5 minutes, and then we want the nice flames going on that kindling, I'm going to go ahead and just add some more right inside here, especially where the flames are. I'll add maybe another piece on the other side here. Nice thick piece on that side. And let that just burn real hot. Again, I'm not closing it all the way yet. I'll do that maybe in another 5 or 10 minutes. Once it's burning nice and hot, and we're looking for this button to move over to the active side is really the real key here. And that's when we'll kind of switch over and it'll take about 20 minutes, and once that's active, we'll flip this over to close, to the bypass to close, so it will use that thermal catalytic thing. And then we can start throttling back the thermostat so it doesn't burn so hot and so fast, and we can start turning on the fan to blow hot air across the top, or to get air across it. Okay, so we can see we got a nice set of coals going. It's flaming nice and hot. The button is starting to move, but it's still inactive, but the logs are burning well enough that I'm going to go ahead and load up the rest of it with wood all the way to the top. Actually, I'm going to go put some gloves on here. Oh, I forgot to mention that. So you saw a little smoke came out. When you first open it and it's burning like that, just open the door a crack and allow the smoke to go up out the chimney. So you're just gonna leave it cracked for 30 seconds, 10, 15 seconds or so. Then you can open this up, and you're not gonna get smoke coming out as much into the cabin. So just be a little patient with that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and load this now. See, it's burning nice and hot. I'm gonna put the rest of these logs into here, back and into the top if I can. And this should last you many, many hours, maybe even all day. I'll go ahead and close that, and I'm going to latch it this time because it's burning well enough. It's burning fine, but I'm still not going to change these settings until this button goes to active, and then I'll show you what I do when it goes active. Okay, so it's been about 20 minutes. And you can see that pile of logs is really burning well, really hot. Most importantly, the button has moved over to the active side. So at this point now, if you hadn't done it, you definitely could. You could have done it before, but I had shut this, all the way closed. And now that it's on active, I can turn the bypass off so that now it's going through that convection catalytic whatever thing that burns the smoke and actually gets you even more efficient heat. I can start turning down the thermostat so that I'm not burning so hot, maybe about halfway, about a quarter turn down. And that's gonna let less air in so that those logs last a lot longer, burn a lot longer. You don't have to keep refilling it over and over again. That amount of logs will pretty much last you all day long. You might have to add one or two. If this is, I will usually refill it at night and it will last all night long. And then in the morning, you might have to just do like you did before. There will be coals in there, but you just put two more logs, put some more kindling, and then throw a little bit of that paper in there to get the flame going and just kind of start the process over again. If you're gonna leave, this will stay hot for many, many hours, so don't keep it loaded. You want to let it burn all the way down that day you're leaving, because even when there's no more wood left in it, it will still stay hot until you leave. It'll stay up and keep the place about 70 or so. And that's it. And I can even turn on the fan if I want to get the heat blowing into the room, and that will blow hot air out of these top vents and keep you nice and toasty.